are the coast mountains between the California coast and the Central Valley. The Sierra Nevada are much taller than this, but this is what it looks like rolling into the little town of Weaverville between Redding and Eureka. Look at that. Here is a very common resident of Redwood Forest in Northern California, but my first one in a couple of years. This is a California slender salamander in a nice big redwood forest. Look at that. So here is a larger painted Ensatna, I would say. We're kind of on the borderline between Oregon Ensatna to our south and painted Ensatna to our north, and this is kind of an intergrade zone where you have hybrids. This one looks a little duller than the juvenile we saw earlier that I didn't video. Looks a little more like an Oregon Ensatna, but I'd probably still call it a painted with like the orange legs and a little bit of patterning on him. So cool, got an adult Ensatna, California slender, coastal giant in about 15 minutes. This is a coastal giant salamander, unique to the extreme Northern California, Oregon redwoods. Always a great sight to see when you're on the West Coast. Not a lifer, but very cool. This guy's a juvenile. It's probably about 5-6 inches. They get about double that size as adults. And look at that cool patterning on them. We're looking for northwestern salamanders, but the thing about herping the redwoods is even if you don't find your target species, you're going to have a lot of fun and find a lot of salamanders in a hurry. Like every second log's going to have something. And that's the way today has started. This is a rough-skinned newt, kind of blending in with that log. Same redwood forest where we have been seeing, we've seen one coastal giant and more slenders and Ensatnas than you can shake a stick at, and now one rough-skinned newt. The belly on these guys is like bright orange too, so that's pretty cool. You can just get the hint of it from that line there. So this guy here is a northwestern salamander, Ambystoma gracile. You notice the very prominent like jaw, the really strong division between the top and bottom of the head, the big bulgy brown eyes. It's pretty fat, and it has these really strongly indented costal grooves. So all telltale marks of northwestern salamander, found in the same redwood forest where we've seen the rough-skinned newt today, and probably at least 50 each of slenders and Ensatnas. I think if I saw another slender, I was going to throw up maybe. And a coastal giant and a rough-skinned newt. So 5 species on the day. And this one a lifer for me. These live in from Mendocino County, California, up through Humboldt County where we are, and all the way up to the Canadian border west of the Cascades. So Washington State has some. They also get into Canada and British Columbia. Wonderful, wonderful way to start the day here. And a nice little light rain.